Years ago, I was at the convention. Every year we have the convention of the all Chabad rabbis in the world. One guy stood up and he said in public that a guy walked into his Chabad house and he told them, "I love the work that you do and I want to donate $1 million." Everybody was applauding him and excited about it. Whoa, what a great man. And I was sitting in the back and thinking to myself, I wonder why it doesn't happen to me, this kind of miracles. I turned to the guy sitting next to him, I said, "Has something like this happened to you?" He told me, "Not really." I looked at the other guy, the other side, "Something like this happened to you?" With a sad face, he said the same thing. And I started to think that if it's too good to be true, it's probably never happened. In the parsha of this week, we read about Jacob coming back to Israel. After 22 years by Laban, he's going back to the land of Israel. And he's on the way back, he still remembers that Esau was angry with him for stealing the blessing. And he sends messengers to Esau to tell Esau, I have nothing against you. I want to ask you forgiveness. I want to make up, right? And some Medrash says also why Jacob needed to go out to send messengers to Esau. Esau was at that time in Seir. Seir was Petra, where was Seir?
A little west of that.
Or whatever, in Jordan somewhere. And he's coming from the other side, he comes from Turkey, right? Then you go to your waves. If Esau will find out that you arrived and start to make you troubles, then you'll do it. But what's the rush? In any case, he sent messengers, and he wants to tell them that he wants his love, and they come back and they tell him, "We came to your brother, and he's coming back with 400 people." And it wasn't a welcoming delegation of 400 people. 400 men coming, they're coming to fight. And Jacob is worried, and he divides his family into his whole entourage into two camps. One camp is his wives and his women and his children. The other camp is his servant and maidservant and all his possession. And he said, if Esau will attack one camp, at least the women and the children will survive. And then he's making a very powerful prayer to God. The first one actually to pray to God is Jacob in the Bible. He says, "Please God, help me, save me." And then he's sending presents, he's sending ransom to Esau. That's what he's sending. He's trying to pay him off. He should not hurt them. And all this preparation come, and Jacob is fighting with the angel in between. He's up all night and he's fighting with the angel, and his hip is dislocated. Tzores. And he's all stressed, and he's being stressed, and he's oismensch, as they used to say in Yiddish. He lost it. Finally, he sends all this present in front of him, the camels and all the other animals. And finally, Esau is getting closer and closer, and Jacob bowed down 7 times to Esau. And they finally come, and Esau is running, and what is he doing? He hugs him, he kisses him, and he cries. He falls on his shoulders and he cries. Runs, hugs, kisses, falls on his shoulder and cries. There is no other example in the Bible of this kind of meeting between two people, reunification of two enemies, or anybody to this love that was involved in this event. You know, there is other stories of people who kissed each other. For example, Jacob kissed Rachel. That's written a kiss, that's it. Even more. Moses and Aaron, after they didn't see each other for 4 years, and Moses came back to Egypt, and God told them, go back to Egypt, Aaron will greet you and will be happy with you. It's written that Aaron, the one kissed the other. Kissed. Even when Joseph met his father Jacob after 21 years, right? 21 years. That he didn't see him. He lost the son of his father. There was so much emotion involved. It's written that he fell on his shoulder and he cried. But nowhere is written hugging, kissing, falling on the shoulder and crying. And when it's too good to be true, something is wrong. Suddenly such love. Oy, 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 oy. Jacob and Esau were never like good old buddies. From the bar mitzvah, from the womb they were fighting. You know, in the Torah, there is no punctuations. There is no vowels. There is no ends of sentences. You have to know by heart where the beginning of the sentence starts, of the verse, where the end of the verse ends. It's all from tradition. There is no punctuation or any dots in the Torah, or any vowels. And all the tunes, the trop it's called, is not inside the Torah. It's in the regular printed books. But in the Torah, just writing. And there is many times, if you take the verse, if you stop, you make your punctuation in one point, another point, it could be a whole different story. Then that's why tradition is so important when it comes to the Bible. Because your father and your teacher and his teacher and his teacher, all the way to Moses, taught you how to read it correct. Now we have books of people who got from tradition. But it was a very, very, the most important business of the Jewish people is to give over in tradition how to read correct the Bible. There were many, many Jews who knew the whole 5 books of Moses by heart. And they were the teachers, and they were teaching young kids who also learned the whole thing by heart. But there is 10 examples, I think 10 words in the Bible that have dots in top of it. On top of the Bible, there is dots. In top of the words, there is dots. And these dots tell you have to read a little deeper in the line, in the word. Dig a little deeper. One of the places that's written, then there is dots in top of it, there is a few. One I remember now is about Lot. When Lot with his daughters, it's written he didn't know when she went to sleep and when she woke up. That on the word woke up, it's written dots. There is dots. And the dots tell us, the rabbis say that means that when he woke up, he knew something went wrong at night. Mm. And he still was drinking wine the next night. The same thing here on the word, and he kissed them, by Shokeu, in the Bible, that Esau kissed Jacob, there is dots. I think 5 dots. Don't remember exactly how many, but there is dots. Then the rabbis bring, Rashi brings an argument of 2 rabbis. What is the dot? What's the message of the dots? One rabbi says that he kissed them, but not with his full heart. He kissed them. He pretended that, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and every letter there is a dot. And the word Vayishlach, and he kissed them. He says he kissed them, but it wasn't a full-hearted kiss. He pretended that he loves them. Comes Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the author of the Zohar, who lived in the time of the Romans, and he says, Esau hated Jacob, there's no question about it. But at that moment, he kissed him with a full heart. He really loved him at that moment. What's the argument in the 2 rabbis? I think it was Rabbi Yanai and Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. What lays behind the argument? That he kissed him with his full heart? That he really meant it or he didn't really mean it? Is this too good to be true, or maybe it was true? The argument is, can a person really change? Rabbi Yanai says, nah, Esau is the same Esau. He never changed. He hated Jacob when he was in the womb. He hated Jacob by the bar mitzvah. When he sold him the birthright. He hated him when he stole the blessing. The same Esau. Nothing changed. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says, people can change. He hated them. But now he changed. He really loved them. Why not? And this is an important message in life. You know, you come to a high school reunion and you meet your friend, your troublemakers from 60 years ago, from 4 years ago. And you say, oh, now I remember him. What do you mean you remember him? He's 4 years older. You changed. He changed too. People change. We believe in change. We believe that people have the ability to become better, to become nicer, to become kinder. Experiences of life can teach us that people can become better. And that's what Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's optimistic approach. To say, oh, he's the same guy that he was last time. And then 6 years ago, I remember him when he was from preschool, the same guy. Nothing changed. My friend, people can change. And that's the right, that's the Jewish and the right approach.